combination of Mach's ride, Macher, and Jason. I can't take the word Macher seriously. Hey YouTube, Chicken Chub here with a review of the Kamen Rider Drive DX Ride Crosser. So the Ride Crosser is a combination of Mach's Ride Macher and Chase's Ride Chaser. Creative names, ahoy. And it makes this weird ATV sort of looking thing. Tank, maybe? I don't really know what to call it. Included is obviously the two bikes along with a TK release of the Tomate signal, coding signal, the little stop sign one. So we will take a look at that too. This was released in January 2015 for 5,000 yen. It's way too much. So before we do anything, here is the Tomate coding signal. Nice shiny little sticker. Nothing really crazy. Take Mach, put on the signal until we can line it up properly, which is really freaking difficult. There we go. So now he has the power to stop people. Stop. And such. So, yay for him. Alright, so here we go. So here's the Ride Macher. Mach's bike. If you couldn't tell by the name already. It looks pretty cool in the show. The toy, not so much. Because of the fact that the rear portion becomes the canopy for the Ride Crosser, this has to be this big, and it isn't in the show. So the toy really just ends up looking really freaking stupid. Honestly, it's got the little gun thingy up here, which is kind of cool, I suppose, but like I said, it looks a lot better in the show. There is a tire Kokon port right here, so you can take the Tomate signal and attach it right on there. Of course, you can use any of the tires released as well, if you so wish. Rolls nice, and balance is really nice, so you got that going for him. And obviously, Ride, that's not his name. Mach, rather, can ride. Ride can Mach it. No, well, he could, I suppose. But Mach can ride the Ride Macher, hence the name. These names are fantastic. I love these names. Again, it's not the best. I just really suck at that, but you get an idea going, kind of. But let's just keep them off their bikes for now. So Mach has the Ride Macher, and Chase has the Ride Chaser. So here is Chase. We'll bring him in because I really like his figure. He's cool. And I love his bike a lot. He doesn't need the big canopy thing, so his bike looks a lot sleeker. It is pretty big for whatever reason. Guess to make the end result of the Ride Crosser a little bit bigger. The tire Kokon port is on this side for him, but it still functions with all the signals and all the tires. Got the cool little skull face in there, which I think is actually kind of cool. And a nice silver skull design on the front of the bike. So it looks really nice, and actually fits something that Kamen Rider Skull would probably drive. I mean, he already has the Skull Boilder, but I think this one's a little bit more up his alley than the Skull Boilder actually is. So of course you can just pop Chaser right onto the bike, and then he can tally-ho on the way to interrupt Drive, doing whatever it is Drive is doing at the time, reading a book at the library, eating ice cream, or whatever it is that he wants to do. He will be interrupted. That is Chase's mission. So, of course, these two combine to make the Ride Crosser. Transformation is very much simple. Just swing these around. They end up kind of becoming little gun turrets on there. This will fold down and out. Then that will fold across just like that. And that is it for the Ride Chaser. If we bring in the Ride Macher, there's a lot more things to do. Not a whole lot, actually. Canopy pops off. That folds down. Fold these forward again. That will lift up. Fold that across. Same sort of panel pops out here, but on the other side. You got a panel there and a panel there. So this is our stripped down Ride Macher, and then the two are just going to connect. So they will connect right down there and right up there. And then these won't connect, they'll just kind of line up together. And it's pretty simple. Take this, these right there, we'll peg into those right there. Don't get caught on those handlebars. And there you have the Ride Crosser, which actually looks kind of cool. For what it is, I mean, it's two bikes side by side with a canopy over it. So it's not really that thrilling, but it looks cool enough to be pretty neat. He's got these little flippy things that flip out and do whatever those do. But it's nice looking, I will say that. That folds down, I messed that up. But it's neat. I will definitely say it's neat. It rolls very well thanks to the two bikes' giant wheels. And it's a little bit interesting because it still has ride capability. So if we take Mach, the way they want you to do this is kind of strange. If we take Mach, and he more or less has to sit on this little cross patch right here, the little gray piece, he's got to sit on that, which doesn't always work. I feel like he's just going to slide down like that, and then he's supposed to clip this back on, but it doesn't always work, especially when the handlebar gets stuck in the way. So that will snap down, and so you got Mach riding the ride crosser, rather. But his butt kind of hangs out because I can't get him on there properly. This could just be me being stupid. So there, he's kind of on there right now. His little feet stick out, which is okay, I guess. And then you got, from this angle, you can see him sticking out there. But it's really strange. I'm glad the functionality is there, but I mean, imagination-wise, just pretend he's popping into the thing and just have it be normal so you don't have feet sticking out like that. Because I don't think the feet stick out in the show. It was only used once and might be used a couple more times. Sell those toys and such, but yeah, it don't do a whole lot. You have the tire co-com ports in the front of the vehicle right here, so you can attach two tires, two signals, signal, tire, nothing, etc., etc. Chase can obviously fit in here, so Mashin Chaser can ride. Any of Drive's forms can ride in there too. The Ride Crosser is not prejudiced whatsoever. So like I said, it looks kind of cool at least, but at the end of the day, I just don't feel it's worth the $50. Well, technically, the 5,000 yen, which is probably about $45 at the time of this recording. But it's just not particularly worth that. So overall, there's a lot going on with this thing that I just can't really recommend. The price tag is just way too high for the thing with no lights, no sounds, and no shift car or signal bike included. Yeah, if you're a big collector on the TK figures, then you might want to pick it up for the Tomate signal. But if that's not something that you really care about, and honestly at the end of the day it really shouldn't be, it's not worth the pickup. If you really want the bikes, you really need bikes with your figures, then by all means, wait for a sale at least, though the price even for two bikes just isn't all that worth it, particularly when they don't particularly do a whole lot. It looks nice on display, and next to Tridoron, I can't particularly say how well in scale it is. I feel like it should be a tinge smaller in scale with the Tridoron that was released, but it still looks neat on display, and I can at least give enough credit to say that it looks cool. But playability-wise and functionality just isn't there, so it's not particularly worth the price. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.